Every child has a story. For many children, that story is one of support, caring, and compassion. But for thousands of children in the city of Philadelphia, it is a very different story.
These children are involved in Philadelphia's child welfare system.
They are victims of abuse and neglect. Children without a voice, but with a story to tell.
Sadly, it is often a story of horror and trauma.
And that is exactly why we're all here tonight.
Tonight we honor a most extraordinary person. To assist me in that task, I'd like to introduce you to a good friend, Daryl Shore. Daryl is a vice president and relationship manager at J.P. Morgan Chase in New York City. But I think he can tell you better than anyone why we're here tonight. Please welcome Daryl Shore. Take this off because he's going to want to take your picture.
Thanks. Appreciate it. Good evening, and thank you, Frank, for that introduction. Before I start, I would like to take a moment to recognize two very important people. First, I would like to recognize Sister Ellen, principal of the Jesus School. And secondly, I would like to recognize my mother, Paula Solomon. Both of these individuals have been there for me and continue to be. And I want to take this moment to say thank you, and I love you both. I met Mark where he was brought in by Win Churchill at the Jesus School to help save the school from closing the doors. At that time, I was living with my aunt, and the environment was not that a positive environment for a 12-year-old boy. As situations with my aunt continued to worsen, Mark took me in to live with him. He went on to send me to Westtown Friends High School, helped me attend Emory University, where I graduated with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Economics. Since that time, I have obtained 2 master's degrees, an MBA in Finance from Clark Atlanta University, and a Master of Science in Real Estate Finance from Johns Hopkins University. Three years ago, I moved to New York City to start to work for J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, where, as Frank mentioned, I am currently a vice president and relationship manager, handling business customers in Manhattan, 82nd Street in North. I must say that living with Mark wasn't always easy, and if his other children, David and Karen, are here tonight, which they are, I'm sure they could attest to this. However, I have to say that a direct consequence of Mark taking me under his wing was that ultimately I was able to do the same thing for my nephew. I'd like to tell you a little bit about Darwin. Darwin had been in the foster care system since he was 2 months old, and I decided to track him down and become his mentor in 2003. By being in Darwin's life, I was able to convince him to attain a college degree, which at the time when I met him, he saw no value in a college degree. So tonight, I am proud to say that in 2008, Darwin graduated from Morehouse College. And today is the director of mentoring and volunteering outreach for the Community of Hope, which is one of the largest not-for-profits in Washington, D.C. He also, this is a very hard-working young man. He also has a second job where he referees Division III college basketball. So what Mark did for me, he has done for many others. One who's in this room tonight. And if you look in the ad book, you'll see a poem by Larry Gordon, which really speaks to the role that Mark played in his life. There are many more people that I could talk about, but it's too many. But it's my honor and privilege to be here on behalf of all the children who have benefited from Mark's thoughtfulness, unconditional commitment, and caring. And tonight I would like to say, on behalf of them, thank you. But also, let me thank you for being my role model, friend, and father. I love you.
For his dedication to the lives and future of young people, and for guiding so many others to find their own way to make a difference. And you know who you are. It gives me great pleasure to present the 2013 Judge Lois Forer Child Advocacy Award to Mark Solomon. With us tonight to present the award is John Forer, the son of Lois Forer, the great judge. Thank you, John, for being with us tonight.
Yes.
Thank you.
Is this mine?
That's yours. There it is.
Oh, thank you so much.
It's a pleasure.
Thank you. That's so beautiful.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll do it after. I'll hold that.
Okay.
There you go.
Ever since I met Frank, he's wanted me to do this. I've been able to deflect him for 6, 7 years at least. This year is very smart. Those of you who know Frank know how clever he is. He made a date with me at my house. So when I got home, he'd already been there for a while talking to Paula. So he gave me his usual pitch. I was ready to give him my usual reasons why this is not the right year, the moon isn't right, whatever. And I turned to Paula and I said, Paula, tell him I can't do this. She says, no, Mark, I'm not going to tell him that. This is something you should do. So Paula, thank you.
Thank you, Paula.
I love you. So anyway, I need to thank a few people who are here tonight before I make a couple of remarks, which will be very brief. First, my children, David, where's David right now? David Solomon, I saw him a minute ago. David Solomon, oh, he's in the back. Okay, David Solomon, my daughter Karen Goodman, and her husband, Buddy Goodman. Where are you, Karen? Karen. Huh? Hey, okay, and Buddy. Leah Solomon, age 8, right here with Paula. Stand up, sweetheart. And Sarah Barra, who's with Mommy right now. And of course, Big Guy. They don't know he has a name other than Big Guy. It's their brother. They only call him Big Guy. They have no clue that his name's Daryl. I also want to give a special thank you to Maury Goldberg and Dina Goldberg. I've been in business with Maury for, where's Maury? Good, 25 years, right? Yeah, 25 years. Okay, whatever, who's counting? And I've worked with him many times on all kinds of things over the years, but I've never worked with Dina. So she is a force. She is awesome. Dina, step forward. You are amazing. So I don't want to make a real production of this, but this is clearly a power couple that every nonprofit board in this city should be after. I'm sure they'll kill me for saying that, but it's true. They're amazing. They're just amazing. I want to thank you. I want to thank Frank, I think, for having gotten me to this point, and Maura and Kate, who I've worked with. I talk to Maura at least 4 or 5 times a day. I don't know how I'm going to live without talking to Maura 4 or 5 times a day after today. And so you need to know that I'm honored to receive this award, but the truth is it's you, the volunteers, the attorneys, the staff, the mentors who really deserve this award. And you make such an unbelievable difference in the lives of children who are at risk, and you really do make a change. So I want to thank you. I'm really humbled to be here. Thank you so much. In closing, I just want to make a very brief pitch about Arise Academy, because part of the proceeds of tonight's event will be shared with Arise. And Arise is a school at 12th and Market Streets for kids who've been in the foster care system at some point in their lives. And it's a high school, and they do a phenomenal job with these kids. And many of the kids are here. The CEO, Gabe, is standing right in front. And when the school was started, I think Frank was not really so enthused about the school. The idea of bringing a bunch of kids together, who had similar backgrounds, he wasn't sure would work. And as he has come to believe and knows, it has worked so well. The kids get along so well. Everybody at the school sort of feels they're part of a family that they never had but always wanted to have. And that's the great thing about Arise. These kids are all part of a family, and that's why it works. So I want to just close by thanking two people. I don't even know if they're here. Ken Youngblood. Where is it? Ken Youngblood and where's Kenny Youngblood? Is he hiding on me? Kenny Youngblood and Louis Marquez. There's Ken Youngblood right here, and Louis here somewhere. These are McDonald's owners who have opened their doors and the gates to McDonald's for our kids. And I just want to quote Louis, who made a comment to me this week when he said, "My dream is that all of my restaurants would be run by kids from Arise because they get it." That's an amazing testimonial. And Louis, we're going to try to make that come true. So I want to thank you. There are 20 students and graduates from Arise Academy here mingling around. They're the good-looking ones, young, 18, 19 years old. Talk to them. They're amazing kids, and you'll find out that they're on their way. They're really going to do great things in life. And I want to thank Gabe, Steve Weiner, who's the chairman of the board, for all that they've done to make this school so effective. So thank you for letting us participate and having me participate. And one last thing, where's Yaya? Yaya, is he still here? Yaya. If you decide you want to go to Israel, this is the man. Former commander of the paratroopers, retired General Yoram Yair, famous. When you walk down the streets, everybody comes running up to him to shake his hand, to have their picture taken with him. And thank you so much for being here tonight. And lastly on that subject, Paul and I are working on a mission to Israel for October. And so if you have any interest, let me know. It's going to be to celebrate, or commemorate, really is a better term, the 40th anniversary of the recapture of the Golan Heights, which, if you recall, was just about lost in the '73 war. So Yaya is going to be taken us onto the Golan, where he helped recapture the Golan. So again, thank you all for making this such a great night.